Hey everyone, welcome back to your week ahead astrology breakdown with me, Matthew from Stillwater Alchemy. So this week looks very nice. We're really utilizing the last third decan kind of energy of Virgo season. And recently we had Venus, the planet of love and beauty, move into the sign of Scorpio. So that happened on September 10th, and it's going to be there until October 7th. So with this Venusian energy, more in that intense, deep, raw, emotional sign of Scorpio, you may really be assessing and analyzing all of your relationships to see where you would like to go a bit deeper, where you want these relationships to grow. Maybe you're wanting more commitment, more loyalty, or just to be seen, heard, and felt at a more visceral, emotional level. Even in terms of your aesthetics, you may feel like you want to be a bit more seductive or dark or sexual. Whatever is coming up for you, that energy with Venus, especially if you're a Libra or Taurus rising, given that Venus is the ruler of your natal chart. See how this goes for you. A big theme with Scorpio energy is death and rebirth. So you may be looking at all your relationships and seeing some are just not fulfilling you in the way that you need to grow. And some need to go through that Phoenix rising state where you can really have those tough emotional conversations in order to grow to the next level. And sometimes you or the reciprocating party may not be ready for that level of commitment. And that's okay. It's knowing that you're showing up for those relationships, having those conversations, and either you grow together or the relationship either pauses or ends. But we're really going to be working with that Venusian energy in Scorpio in prominent ways this week specifically, which is why I want to give a bit of a preface to how those energies may relate to you. And if you have your Venus in Scorpio natally, you're going through your Venus return. So those themes will show up more prominently. So if we start on Monday, September 13th, and for these videos, I'm using Eastern Standard Time since I'm currently based in Toronto. So keep that in mind. I'm always going to start at 9 a.m. and address the energies accordingly. So right off the bat, we have that moon in Sagittarius making a square to the sun in Virgo. And this moon for me is huge because it's in a fire sign and all the other planets are not in fire signs. So we finally have a bit of joy and excitement with this fire moon. And for me, this is a level of curiosity and play. And so if you're feeling stuck or rigid in your approach and how you're moving about your day to day, shake up your routine. Are you even having fun if you're engaging in a spiritual practice, or if you're going to work, or if you're going to the gym or hanging out with your friends? How can you switch these energies up even just a little bit to break the norm, to break the structure? I think that'll really help, and to utilize the square energy here, because Virgo likes everything to be structured, disciplined, to the point, perfect. But Sagittarius likes to color outside the lines. So emotionally, if you're not feeling fulfilled, be sure to switch up your energy today and have that element of play, activating that solar plexus, that sacral chakra. I want you to really activate the fun on Monday, even if that means going for a walk, dancing, going to the gym. I just want you to move the energy of your body, of your home. Okay. I think that'll really be beneficial. And we can even throughout the day, the moon will be making a sextile to Jupiter in Aquarius. So this really is taking a step back from everything. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or have so many things on your to-do list, how can you approach things from a different vantage point and not get so lost in everything, and maybe incorporate a more innovative, colorful idea and potentially utilizing the energy or the opinions of others? Especially with Sagittarius and Aquarius, there is an aspect of community and fellowship with those two signs. So see if you can rely on other people for support and for help if you're wanting to shift some of this energy to benefit you at the start of the week. When we move to Tuesday, we have the moon in Capricorn. So this really is going to jumpstart a lot of things. We're going to feel a lot more ambitious, driven. If we made a to-do list, let's say at the start of the week, you're probably going to feel really committed to those goals and wanting to get everything done, which I think we should, because as we get further along into September, we're going to be moving closer and closer to Mercury's retrograde, which of course isn't bad, but we want to tie up those loose ends and get everything that we need done and sent off to negate any delays or confusion later on. And we also have the moon sextiling Venus. And this is the last day that Mars will be in Virgo before ingressing into Libra. So there is this really nice energy that if you have to have a conversation with someone or if you have to do something, it will be well supported today, especially if you need to have a more emotional conversation with someone or give feedback to an employer, or if you're wanting to talk to a superior. This will be a great time to really go in there, have your facts laid out, and be very specific with your intentions or what you're wanting to achieve from that conversation. Both Scorpio and Capricorn kind of have a tough love element about them. So if you can come in being sure of yourself and feeling confident and not just going in for the kill necessarily, but approaching that conversation or that energy with due diligence, you're going to be able to really utilize all these energies to your benefit. Okay. When we move on to Wednesday, September 15th, that is going to be when Mars ingresses into Libra. So Mars doesn't fare as well in Libra. Mars is a planet of aggression, action, sex, masculine energy. In the sign of Libra, sometimes it can dilute what it truly wants to make everyone else happy. And after a while, there's only so much where we can be sacrificing our needs to help others. So for this energy, I just want you all to really know what you need from yourself and from your relationships so that you're not just giving away the farm, so to speak, or trying to make everyone else happy, that you're only hurting yourself. And at this point too, we have Venus making a square to Saturn within 3 degrees. So that's also going to be another energy of perhaps your independence and autonomy, and even what you need and want in relationships starts to shift. Another way you can use this square between Venus and Saturn is really going deeper with the commitment that you're putting into your relationships, your friendships, colleagues, your home, your family, whatever that may mean, and even how they have access to you. And this could even be in relationship to online communities or how you interact with your friends over text or digitally, because that does have a more of an Aquarius flair. And if it's been something that's been weighing on you, maybe just the boundaries that people have access to you over your phone, so they don't automatically assume if you don't respond, it doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means that you're going to respond on your own time. Or whether it's on social media or emails, it might just be strengthening boundaries or really going back to the commitment you show in relationships and how that really resonates for you. And I think when Mars goes into Libra, you're going to realize the energy that I put into keeping the peace in certain relationships is beneficial, but in other relationships, not so much. So really kind of notice moving into the start of September, because now we're really going to move into this more Libra dominant energy. And when the sun joins us, there's going to be a lot of that energy because Mercury is going to be retrograde in Libra. So during Libra season, we're going to have Mercury, the sun, and Mars all having a party in Libra. So this is just kind of act two to see what is really going to be activated during that time. Okay. When we move to Thursday, and this is going to be interesting, and I think, again, a really productive day to utilize. And depending on where you are in the world, even Australia will benefit from this, given they're the furthest away from Canada. But that moon in Capricorn making a trine to the sun in Virgo, and then also the moon sextiling Pluto. So for me, this can be big breakthroughs, powerful opportunities to expand your emotions. Maybe you utilize the energy from earlier on in the week and now you feel more empowered, stronger. the boundaries and the minimums that you set within yourself and your relationships may potentially bring you greater opportunity, more money, advancements in work, because you had those conversations with people at work or your friends or your lovers. And now you feel so much more empowered and you have a better structure or a foundation to build upon. So I really want you to note how you're feeling during Thursday. And are you feeling empowered and stronger in yourself, at work, and in your relationships, or not? Because Pluto really does, again, it is linked so strongly with Scorpio a lot of times, because Pluto does have that regenerative power, death and rebirth quality. So next to the moon, it can have a full overhaul on how we approach ourselves, our mind, body, and soul, making that trine to the Virgo sun. And then later on, even if we just move this up by 3 hours, we now have the moon in Aquarius on Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And the moon will be making a trine to Mars in Libra. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or in your head and you're just trying to get everything done, you need to cleanse and reset that nervous system, your mind, your words, your thoughts. If there's any anxiety or stress that's coming through, I want you to take the rest of Thursday to really address that, whether that's breath work, yoga, journaling, meditation. It's really going to benefit you, because at this point on Thursday and Friday, we have 5 planets in air signs. So it can be great for conversations, manifestations, really being intentional with our word. But the other side of that surplus of air energy is an overload of the mind and being very much in our heads and just being stagnant and not being able to get anything done. So Thursday of this week has huge potential for a lot of change to take place, okay? When we move to Friday, September 17th, this will be interesting because the moon will be sandwiched between Saturn and Mars. And then it's also going to be hitting everything else in Libra, right? So Friday, again, conscious of your mind, be sure to get grounded in the morning. And we also have the moon squaring Venus. So now Venus is squaring Saturn and Venus is squaring the moon. So if you're not grounded, guaranteed you're going to be very irritable or in your head or not feeling confident or attractive. There just could be a lot of things tugging at your maybe self-esteem, your place in the world, your place in your community, your friendships. And again, this can also be a really nice energy with the moon and Saturn here, and then making that square to Venus, a greater commitment to yourself. And how we said at the start of the week, maybe shaking things up or switching how we approach each day to incorporate more fun. And now with Venus really being addressed by the moon and Saturn, it's how are we committing to ourselves? Are we happy? Are we feeling safe? Are we feeling supported? And if not, the onus is on us, because we always continually attract the external reality that we subconsciously believe. And a lot of times, we are doing the work, but those deep rooted subconscious fears and doubts can even stem back to past lives, if you believe in that, which I personally do. So it does take more and more to go deeper into the soul, deeper into the psyche, to see where maybe these doubts and fears are stemming from. And this could even be a really great day too, if you wanted to do some of that spiritual work or have someone hold space for you in that way, so that you can go a bit deeper, so you can really address those shadows within yourself, so that all of your relationships, even with money, love, food, whatever that is, become stronger because of the work that you're putting in, okay? And like I said, with the surplus of air energy, just be very cautious of your words and your thoughts. And I think by really going deeper and addressing where maybe the root of those issues may stem from, it'll be great to catapult us into the weekend, which is, in my opinion, the best part of this week. Okay. So when we have Saturday, we have the moon conjunct Jupiter, and we're also getting some nice trines with Mercury and Jupiter. And this is going to be really great because Very soon, Mercury will enter retrograde. So this will be a great time to note, to journal what's coming through. Potentially there's offers of love or money or just great news within your relationships, in your family, community, whatever that may mean for you. With Jupiter making a trine, pardon me, with Mercury, yeah, making a trine to Jupiter retrograde, it'll just be really benevolent energy. This can also be for those of you who utilize social media and have a big following. This would potentially be an awesome day to go live or to communicate with people on a grand scale and really have that being very well received, especially with the moon right there conjunct Jupiter. Saturday is a great day to utilize and have great conversations or release news of a new course or just to connect with your friends, community, or online presence. And then when we get to Sunday, if you wanted to have a beautiful romantic night, even if this is on Saturday night, moving into Sunday, we have the moon making a trine to Venus. So all that hard work you did throughout the week, really being intentional, setting those boundaries, I guarantee it's going to have a very big payoff, whether that's a day or a night in alone, or spending it with someone that you truly love. You're going to have all of this hard work that you put in make its way for this dreamy, beautiful, romantic energy of the moon and Venus on Sunday. So really take pleasure in that. If you want to get lost in a book or a movie or just do anything that's going to tap into that visual manifestation, that loving, that dreamy quality that Pisces really have, the water energy here is going to be really nice combined with all the air and then the last few degrees of that Virgo sun. And I will remind everyone that when we get to Monday, we're going to have that full moon in Pisces. So a lot is going to be leading up to that day. So there could even be a heightened offer of love, success, money, or opportunity that presents itself after this weekend on that Monday. So I really, truly want you to take note of everything that happens this week and being intentional, like I said, with that Venus and Scorpio to go deeper, to alchemize, to transform your emotions, your thoughts, your doubts and fears so that they can rise and grow into something so much more beautiful, that the way you approach your day-to-day routine, your conversations, your work, your thoughts around money can all grow and blossom into something so much more beautiful. And really see that if you're intentional and diligent from Monday to Friday, how the weekend will really blossom and move in your favor. Okay. So that is my breakdown for the week. Of course, being cognizant of Mars's ingress into Libra midweek to see how you feel with your energy and how you approach things. That'll be very key. And then especially leading up to that full moon, there may be an opportunity that's going to be presented near the end of this week or even at the start of next week, which we will talk about then. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to book any one-on-one readings or services, the link to do that can be found in the description. And if you feel called, let me know what you're most excited about for the week or an intention that you're going to set to utilize a specific transit or a certain day to really optimize the energy of this week. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.